This evening, first, gunmen ambush and abduct GGMC workers in a dramatic armed robbery at Marudi's Bushmouth substation. We'll bring you the latest as a high-stakes search operation unfolds, plus a new travel option from Caribbean Airlines as they launch direct flights between Guyana and Suriname. Learn how this move could boost tourism and economic ties in the region. Also, tragedy strikes in Samata Point as an 18-year-old is fatally stabbed in an altercation with a 15-year-old. Police investigate the ongoing feud that led to the deadly attack. And emergency bridge repairs are underway in Stanleytown as teams work around the clock to restore crucial access between Canal Number 2 and Wales. Public Works Minister Bishop Juan Edgehill gives an update on the temporary fix expected by Sunday. And finally, the tension rises in Valencia, Spain as flood survivors protest during a royal visit. Why some residents threw mud in anger and despair. Stay tuned for these stories and more coming up on Headline News Update. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for November 4th, 2024. I am Bibi Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, police are investigating an armed robbery and abduction near GGMC's Bushmouth substation, targeting minors and officials. Dale Jarvis has more details.
Police are investigating a violent armed robbery and abduction that took place on Saturday morning at the Bushmouth substation of the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission, GGMC, in Marudi, Deep South Rupununi. The incident involved 4 Guyanese and 6 Brazilians who were reportedly ambushed by 6 masked gunmen suspected to be Brazilian nationals based on their Portuguese accents. The armed assailants, armed with rifles, ambushed the victims near the GGMC checkpoint, targeting them as they were heading to the Marudi back dam. The attackers seized raw gold, 2 Glock pistols, and a Movado watch valued at approximately 140,000 Guyana dollars. The gunmen then took the victims in a vehicle, which was later abandoned as police and the joint services closed in. Authorities safely rescued the abducted individuals and none were harmed in the ordeal. Among the victims are several Guyanese officials and workers, including a natural resources officer, a GDF lieutenant, and Brazilian nationals employed in various capacities. To locate the armed suspects, the joint services have launched an intensive search operation in the surrounding areas, including near Bashaizen village and along the Takutu River. The search continued through the night and remains ongoing as authorities strive to apprehend those responsible. Investigations are ongoing. Headline News will bring you more updates as the search and inquiry progress. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jarvis.
Thanks, Dale. Caribbean Airlines launched twice weekly direct flights between Guyana and Paramaribo, enhancing regional travel options and economic ties. More from Malcolm Carter.
Caribbean Airlines Limited launched a new direct flight service between Ogle Airport, Guyana and Paramaribo, Suriname, on Sunday, offering twice weekly flights on Fridays and Sundays. At the ribbon-cutting ceremony, CAL's country manager for Guyana and Suriname, Renath Marshall, emphasized the significance of the Guyanese market and the company's commitment to meeting regional travel demands.
Guyana is one of our most important markets, and we've worked hard to expand both our passenger and cargo services here. With this growth, we have increased employment, opportunities for Guyanese nationals, holding job fairs, and expanding our local team to ensure that as we grow, so do the opportunities for the people of Guyana.
The service aims to enhance travel convenience and connectivity between neighboring countries. Public Works Minister Juan Edgehill acknowledged that while Trans-Guyana already operates this route, Caribbean Airlines Limited larger aircraft provides travelers with additional options. He also highlighted the importance of this route in supporting economic collaboration between Guyana and Suriname. Tourism Minister Onij Waldron noted the growth in Guyana's tourism sector and lauded private sector investments like Caribbean Airlines as key to fostering regional tourism. Reporting for Headline News Update, Malcolm Carter.
Thanks, Malcolm. Police are investigating the fatal stabbing of an 18-year-old in Grove amid a dispute with a 15-year-old. Here again is Dale Jarvis.
Police are investigating the alleged murder of an 18-year-old boy at Samata Point Grove, East Bank Demerara on Friday, November 1st, 2024. 18-year-old Dewans Demonic of Caneville, East Bank Demerara was reportedly fatally stabbed by a 15-year-old boy following a dispute. Initial investigations revealed that for some time now, the two had an ongoing problem over issues that started at a football game. Witnesses reported seeing Demonic leave home on a bicycle, and after crossing a wooden bridge in the village, they noticed him being followed by the 15-year-old suspect and the suspect's brother. Demonic, allegedly carrying a piece of wood, engaged in a scuffle with the suspect, who was armed with a pair of scissors. During the fight, the suspect reportedly stabbed Demonic multiple times while his brother struck him with a hockey stick. Demonic was taken to the Diamond Diagnostic Center, where he was pronounced dead on arrival due to multiple stab wounds. The suspect, who sustained injuries during the altercation, was also treated at the hospital before being taken into police custody. Authorities conducted interviews with the suspect in the presence of his father and collected witnesses' statements as part of the ongoing investigation. The body of Dewans Demonic is at the Memorial Gardens Funeral Home, awaiting a post-mortem examination. Further details are expected as the investigation continues. Reporting for Headline News Update, Dale Jervis.
Thanks, Dale. Stick around when we return. Father-daughter duo will graduate from the University of Guyana, and emergency repairs on the way on Stanley Tongue Bridge, West Bank Demerara.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoons, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoons Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Is there anybody in this house want to worship the Lord with me?
Hi music fans, it's here again. It's the Gospel Music Awards 2024 and the launching of Charlene Maloney's new album titled He's Greater.
He's greater.
It's a double event, one night only. It's praise and worship at the National Cultural Center, Saturday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. or 20 hours sharp. Tickets cost $3,000 and $2,000. It's Gospel Music Awards and a concert. Special appearances by Ambassador Charlene Maloney and other top Guyanese artists. You cannot afford to miss this one. Be there.
Get your tickets at the National Cultural Center, Wireless Connections Border Market, and Andrew Supermarket.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again. Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and poise cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and all-purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you don't know nothing with peppies, green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boiling high. We serve with peppies, barbecue sauce. Radhika went to the supermarket and she probably buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown. Telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. Emergency repairs have begun on the Stanley Town Bridge on the west bank of the Marara, with a temporary solution expected by Sunday afternoon. Public Works Minister Bishop Juan Edgehill, overseeing the repair efforts, emphasized the bridge's importance in connecting the Canal Number 2 polder with the Wales Potential area and areas north towards Reading, Hope and Georgetown. The repairs involve relocating utility lines with the Ghana Power and Lighting Incorporated and the Ghana Water Incorporated, adjusting their infrastructure to clear the way for a temporary steel bridge. Teams from various sectors, including Polytechnia and China Railway Construction Corporation, are contributing to the project. In addition, unauthorized structures on the government reserve have been demolished to facilitate construction. Currently, light traffic is allowed on the bridge, but heavy vehicles are restricted until further repairs are complete. Minister Edgehill urged drivers to exercise caution as work progresses. Full-scale construction is set to begin shortly to ensure safe passage for all vehicles within a projected 36 hours timeline. In other news, Jermaine Johnson and his daughter Jasmine Johnson are set to make their graduation a memorable family affair as they receive their diplomas at the University of Ghana this week. Jermaine will graduate with a diploma in accountancy, while Jasmine will earn a diploma in general psychology. The path to graduation was not without its challenges. However, their unwavering support for each other became a lifeline, turning potential obstacles into a rewarding experience. Jermaine's passion for financial management drove him to pursue further education, while Jasmine's fascination with human behavior guided her academic choices. They both stressed the crucial role of discipline and motivation, which they believe will pave the way for their success in future endeavors. As they prepare to celebrate their achievements, Jermaine and Jasmine hope to inspire other families to pursue education together, sharing advice on the importance of support and resilience. The University of Ghana will hold its graduation ceremonies from November 7th to 9th for Turkine graduates and November 16th for Berbice graduates. Don't go away after the break. Bolivia political unrest, supporters of Evo Morales take soldiers hostage, and U.S. winning influence in Africa. Foreign policy largely overlooked in the election.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Hello, my fellow TikToker followers. He is Credit, and today all we will be making Chinese noodles with peppies, chow mein, chicken fritters, and spice cake. For the noodles, all of these will be using peppies, black pepper, cashew,
Chinese sauce, soy sauce, garlic sauce, paprika, Chinese seasoning, chow mein seasoning, five spice, and and our purpose seasoning.
Next, this chicken that we marinated, soak for all you wanna know nothing with Pepe's green seasoning, miracle seasoning,
Pepper sauce, chicken seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, jerk seasoning, black pepper, onion powder, and ginger powder, and document plantain flour, and then this butter we make with this quick piece powder, and we
boil in high. We serve with Pepe's barbecue sauce. Radica went to the supermarket and she proper buy up enough things. She feels she alone can cook, but she routine even wrong. He shaped like a guy in a map.
Peppies has a wide range of ingredients available at supermarkets nationwide. Peppies, we put the pep back into your kitchen.
Is there anybody in this house want to worship the Lord with me?
Hi, music fans. It's here again. It's the Gospel Music Awards 2024 and the launching of Charlene Maloney's new album titled He's Greater.
He's greater.
It's a double event, one night only. It's praise and worship at the National Cultural Center. Saturday, November 2nd at 8 p.m. or 20 hours sharp. Tickets cost $3,000 and $2,000. It's Gospel Music Awards and a concert. Special appearances by Ambassador Charlene Maloney and other top Guyanese artists. You cannot afford to miss this one. Be there.
Get your tickets at the National Culture Center, Wireless Connections Border Market, and Andrew Supermarket.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world.
Good evening. I'm Malcolm Carter and welcome to tonight's regional and international news. The Organization of American States and the Vance Commission confirmed Haiti's commitment to inaugurate a newly elected president by February 7, 2026. Both organizations are assisting Haiti in developing the legal framework needed for general elections and constitutional reform. High-level meetings hosted by the OAS highlighted security as a priority for elections and a 2025 referendum. Haiti plans to launch a public consultation on constitutional reform on November 7th, with a draft expected in December. International partners including Canada, France, and the US are supporting those efforts, emphasizing Haitian-led solutions. The Vance Commission will issue its final opinion on the framework in December. Meanwhile, former Bolivian President Evo Morales is asking for international help to set up talks with the government of Luis Arce, Al Jazeera's Katia Lopez Hodeyana reports.
Tensions are rising in central Bolivia. Armed forces confront supporters of former President Evo Morales after they stormed a military facility and took about 20 soldiers hostage.
The Bolivian armed forces call for unity and calm after illegal groups took control of military posts, kidnapping military and civic personnel.
It's the latest attempt to prevent the arrest of Morales, who's under investigation for rape and human trafficking. The former president says the accusations are politically instigated by his former friend and protege, President Luis Arce. He's going on a hunger strike, he says, until Arce agrees to meet with him.
I'll start a hunger strike until the government creates 2 dialogue tables. First, to discuss economic issues. Second, to discuss political issues. Unfairly detained, jailed, and processed leaders.
Last week, Morales accused the government of trying to assassinate him after his vehicle came under fire in the Cochabamba region. Government ministers denied involvement, saying he staged the whole thing to mobilize his base. For weeks, demonstrators have blocked dozens of major roads around the country, demanding the president step down. But Arce says the move is only hurting the economy.
Mr. Morales, for personal ambitions, has mobilized his followers. In these last 17 days, there's been a loss of more than $1.7 billion. It's suffocating the economy, preventing normal fuel supply, and increasing food prices.
Despite calls for calm, it appears the feud between Bolivia's former and current president will not end anytime soon. Katia Lopez Odoyan, Al Jazeera.
Internationally, hundreds of residents of a Valencia suburb badly hit by last week's deadly floods have protested during a visit by Spanish King Felipe and Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, with some demonstrators throwing mud at them. Al Jazeera's Sonia Gallego reports.
This was not the reception that was anticipated. An angry crowd pelting the king and queen with mud and insults, and telling them to get out. One younger man shouted at the king, asking why there was nobody around to help. While the king did his best to listen, he failed to calm the rage. Eventually, mounted police were brought in to stop the situation spiralling out of control. The unprecedented flooding and the slow government response has made people furious, but also desperate.
We are fed up, you understand? Fed up. We just wanted to be warned. That's all we wanted, and we would have been saved.
This is why emotions are running high. 5 days after the disaster, and there is still so much destruction, and much that is unknown. There are the missing, those who were caught in the fury of the floods, trapped in rubble, and who may never emerge. For some, no high-profile visit, however well-intentioned, can ease the pain they are feeling.
When people come here for a photo opportunity, that makes me furious. But we have to move on. Look at the streets. It's going to take months to clear and find the dead. It was so badly organised from the start.
For days, people have been dealing with the devastation that has hit this town. They are exhausted and they are angry at the authorities who they feel have let them down. Also now the weather has worsened, which will make recovery more difficult. The seemingly never-ending trail of mud and water is making the work harder for the hundreds of volunteers who've turned up to help. Lydia Bagena is an oncologist from another town. She's brought in essential medications such as insulin to those who need it.
We are the Valencian community. This is critical, yet the government has done nothing for us.
A town reeling from tragedy, with no apparent end in sight. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera, Pai Porta.
Finally, the presidential candidates have traveled the country to make the case for why they're the best person to lead it. But while they've addressed the Middle East, Ukraine and China, Africa has barely been mentioned. Al Jazeera's Nicholas Hake reports.
From across the Atlantic, in Senegal, American entrepreneur Monifa Pendleton is watching the drama unfold back home between a candidate who not only visited the continent but shares the same heritage as her, and a man in a garbage collector outfit who once threw some rather colorful insults at African nations. She says the choice is obvious.
There will be nothing coming to Africa. They won't have an Africa policy. There's one thing to say, I have a perspective, as Kamala will have, about Africa, as the people that are around her that will help her shape and influence. But in a Trump world, there is no one thinking about Africa. They have an America first and only strategy.
But with wars raging in Ukraine and the Middle East, Africa appears like a U.S. foreign policy afterthought, aimed only to counter rivals. China, not the U.S., is Africa's top trading partner. And in the fight against ISIS and Al-Qaeda, Sahel countries are breaking ties with the U.S. in favor of Russia. Following the 2023 military coup in Niger, demonstrators chanted, "Long live Russia," waving the West and the United States goodbye with Russian flags. Niger shut down a U.S. drone base and asked American servicemen to leave. Meanwhile, U.S. support for Israel has further strained ties with some African countries.
The U.S. seems to be losing its diplomatic prestige as the bedrock of democracy. In some countries, we close blind eyes, and even human rights are violated.
When it comes to U.S. foreign policy, many Africans feel an ocean divides what America says and what it delivers. Nicholas Hawk, Al Jazeera, Dakar.
Thanks, Malcolm. This brings us to the end of our regional and global news coverage. Up next is the 3-day weather forecast. And that's Safe TV2 Headline News for this Monday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for a rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.